Today I came across an old UI engine for Amiga called Feelin. So in the early 2000s, the Amiga ecosystem needed a lighter alternative to toolkits that were either closed source or RAM hungry. So a handful of developers produced Feelin, which is an object-oriented UI engine that you drive from plain old C. So interfaces were built in code, compiled, and shipped. About a year later, though, the same authors added an optional XML loader so that the exact object tree could be declared in a file and hidden it at runtime. No recompile required. The dialect was small, hierarchical, and already kept behavior, hooks, and structure in the same document, which at the time was a rarity, apparently, from my understanding. Um, the event model itself, however, traces back even longer to what was called the Magical User Interface, or MUI, library on classic Amiga OS. Um, so when I took a look at this, I was a little bit curious to see if I could use it as a declarative DSL for LVGL. So this is in line with some of the other experiments I've been doing recently, previously with QML and with a proprietary declarative layer. So the original XML for Feelin, the vocabulary is still sort of stuck back in 2005. So I updated the grammar a little bit and tried to keep things pretty similar to the original spirit of the Feelin UI XML. And my end result is what I call MUI.xml. So same spirit with modern close. I use MUI, of course, to harken back to the original library from the classic Amiga OS. And so I'm going to sort of show off a very quick little demo that I did with the kind of initial take that I have on the DSL. So what we see here is a very messy looking UI on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, our example. So of course, with all hot reloading, we will make some code changes and we will see them updated. So as we can see here, we have this resource directory. So these are some strings that we can define. Of course, you can do other things like ints and so forth. And a group. So this groups together our widgets in this particular case. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that wasn't exactly what we wanted. Oops. There we go. And the label will leave there for a second. Now we want to try and get these to be a little more centered. That looks good enough. Not going to bore you too much with these changes, but let's just get it to look a little bit more reasonable. So at the moment, I have things like pretty simple and straightforward, but there are some plans to update this with more advanced features. So centering, of course, would be one. Layouts. This event system here is going to be dramatically changed to something a lot more advanced. Let's get the label. Hopefully this won't park it. Let's try 130. Oops. That looks fairly reasonable. And of course, click and so on. Keyboard doesn't seem to be working at the moment. I'll fix that later. But yeah, that's basically kind of it in a nutshell. The first take on it. It was quite fun to do this, and there'll be a little bit more work and some other demos to come. All right, thanks for watching.